Walking Macau Streets. Dear Lord, show me a sign. Give me a map. Oh yeah.
It's quite dark, so we'll see how it comes out in the camera later. That's interesting. Like two neighbors. Kind of quiet. It's like, but they're building this up quite a bit, so they're going to be pumping in a lot more money in for the tourism, and we're going to follow back to where we came from. And this is kind of like a similar space to Rua de Felicidade. So it's like, and we're just going to go back to that same space again. Okay, this is called Pátio de Felicidade, and I just kind of want to see what it looks like at nighttime. It's kind of a interesting street, so I'm just gonna walk by, just try to capture the feeling at night. And it kind of feels like a place of ghosts. I'll try to explain that in a moment as well. Come and see. Okay, so we're gonna walk down that way. 2024. Let's check out Macau. Come on. So this particular street right here is called Bazar Novo Lane, but this one's called Pátio de Felicidade. I'm just going to try to capture the nighttime feeling of it. You can hear some music. It's quite dark, so we'll see how it comes out in the camera later. That's interesting. Like two neighbors. And this is going to come out into Rua de Felicidade. Huh. So that's our target street right there. Pátio da Felicidade at nighttime. Then you have a little Beco da Felicidade, which is actually kind of dark and interesting as well. And then we're going to come out to this area right here, which is more of a tourist street. And we're going to walk. And they used to have somebody that would serve food here, but they went away during the COVID era. And now we're here on the Rua de Felicidade street. Hello. And you can see this is, they're building this one into a tourist street. So we basically came out of Pátio de Felicidade, and now we're out on Rua de Felicidade. And this particular area has, it's kind of set up for tourists now. And I was kind of curious about our street because that street is kind of off the side, and it just feels, I don't know, it kind of has like a dark, haunting feeling. But this right here is a major tourist street, and this used to be where the sing-song girls used to be, which is more like historic nightlife area. And if you take a look at some of these structures of these houses, there are 2 stories. And so I think the sing-song girls would have been up at the 2nd story, and they would have maybe called down or been working up there. And then nighttime, it's kind of it's quite kind of quiet. It's like, but they're building this up quite a bit, so they're going to be pumping in a lot more money in for the tourism. But yeah, so this street would have had more like historic nightlife in the 1800s in particular. And the end of Rua de Felicidade goes up here, which is Felicidade Street. This goes down to that green hotel down there. It's a Central Hotel. And then this would be our street right here. But I'm gonna go down these alleys again. And this is the Beco de Felicidade. And I just want to go down at nighttime. And we're gonna follow back to where we came from. And this is kind of like a similar space to Rua de Felicidade. So it's like a back alley. So I kind of imagine that, you know, that had the same structure. So there's like two-story structures where my understanding is that the girls would either be upstairs calling from down below, or they'd be down below calling them to come up the stairs and engage in entertainment of all kinds. Prostitution, but also they were like entertainers. So they would master of poetry, there's instruments that they would play, musical instruments to entertain guests. And sailors would come up, and it was predominantly a Portuguese port, but a lot of Chinese were here. And the girls would have been Chinese girls, in my understanding. But maybe there was girls brought in from the Portuguese-speaking world as well. So right here is on that Beco. That would go back up to our Felicidade Street. And then this would go back down to our kind of darker alley. It's a little bit interesting to explore at nighttime. And we're just gonna go back to that same space again. And then we're gonna conclude the video at the corner. I wanna turn around and capture it. And we'll see how it looks at nighttime when I upload it. My general experience is at nighttime I have to be really careful because the camera can be very shaky. So all these different stairs in here. Okay. Very cool. And I guess on that note, we're gonna end our video. I'll just come out over here, and we're just kind of in these back streets. Way in the distance is Pont 16. So historically, where that big building is in the background, that would have been where the ships would have came in. And then sailors would have came up these hills, up this hill, and into these streets. Okay, and on that note, we're gonna end our video. $2024. Let's check out Macau. Come on.